Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with the 16th video, and I'm forced to be here because I am still in a fight with Jehovah God, believe it or not, over trying to bring him back to world peace, where he has left me hanging here and gone back to his backward ways of trying to destroy the world. Now, we worked it out in 2011 at the end, and we should have been there in July of 2012. But his mind was so bad off that he kept on. He turned it back around. He got angry and went back, called the Holy Jihad War just after we had created world peace, and went back to trying to destroy the world. Now, this is a little spirit man who can get away with all this. This is his problem, being a problem child, as I've talked to you before. And he knows, as long as he's a spirit man, he can get away with this. And he's been fooling the masses as a warlord, evil spirit leader, completely confused to destroy humans for 6,000 years. Since after the Garden of Eden, when he got knocked down into his own juvenile and troubled son and became a criminal here first. Now, this is the longest running criminal in mankind's history that hasn't been brought down yet. He ended up being the kingpin in the underworld. I have shown you in these other videos. But basically, for all those who want to know what's going on in the world today, top down, Jehovah God is fighting with Dan right now for world control. Dan is trying to create the world peace we created, while he's gone backwards to just try to get around me, sneak around, and continue to try and destroy the world for the next 30 or 35 years until he dies. And he's got nothing to lose. He cares, as far as he's concerned, he couldn't care less if he is Jehovah God. And that problem is a part of his first mistake to go in the jungle when he first flew in here as an alien. And it was an accident to form himself after a gorilla and start out with the name of Lucifer too. He made himself 2 times hard. Instead of the 2 times softy good God man, he would have made a perfectly good God for the world if he hadn't flown down the jungle and formed himself after a gorilla. So this is the big problem in the world today. Jehovah has evolved with this criminal mind as a 2-year-old, a child in a child's mind, as a 2-year-old in his terrible twos, who goes to start killing the children in the house and destroying the house, and becomes a perfect little monster in the house because he's in his wrong mind and he can't get out of it. It's a madman and lunatic's mind, which confuses him to be a queer and a criminal on the opposite side of the mind. And it's a lying mind that they can't get out of, so it overrules his truth mind of a right and reasonable. So he has stuck there all these years and really believed he saw it right to destroy the world until these days and when he talked to me. Now, I want to first of all tell you guys that you really got to pay a close attention here. And you really got to believe in what I'm saying, because it's down to me, one man, trying to save the world here and get us into world peace now. And we only have one common enemy. It's Lucifer. And Jehovah's juvenile. And he just won't quit and correct his mind and lead the way to world peace. He went the other way, and he said, Dan, I'm going to be the devil behind you all, and I'm not going to do any more than I've already done, because I don't want to. You know, it's a problem child, and if there ain't one problem, it's another, or you can't make me dance. Now, this is ridiculous. It's a 2-year-old mind that I can't control, and this is like a hard ass with a problem. And sure enough, he ended up in a criminal mind, and it happened to Jehovah God long ago. So he gained control of the world. He created all the churches. He made all kinds of troubles. After the salvation plan, he created a perfect world, but in his viewpoint, it was only to divide and rule the East as the Eastern ruler, to destroy the West and eventually completely destroy the world by war and spoofing man to kill each other from east or west. Whereas in the end of his long range backwards viewpoint, this is the one tin soldier who walks away after all the world of spirits and humans are killed, and he's home alone in his house. That's the concept. But if you turn around and see the right and reasonable man's way, it's to save the world, and it's a great bright future compared to a dark and sad one for him and the world. But I can't get him to turn around. Now I want President Obama, the head of Home Security, Janet Napolitano, and the chief of the Supreme Court, John Roberts, and the new chief of the CIA to take this all very seriously. I am on top of the world of Jehovah. We can make world peace happen. I have enough proof in all these videos and in this website that Jehovah and I put up together to tell his true story, to make world peace. We can all do it right now, and the speech is already in their hands. All this information is in their hands, and they've got to get me up to the Christian government to announce this to the world, because all is crime that this one spirit man is in control of the world with. He is the superpower troubled son of the world, and he controls, with the church's money of mostly the East and some of the West, he is feeding an underground current of funds that keeps the Eastern people killing the Western people. It's a terrible thing that Jehovah God has done, but he won't quit. And the only way we can stop this little spirit man who don't give a darn if he carries on, and he's fighting me to carry on, is to go to world peace. And we made this world peace together because he thought he might by the end of 2012. But now we get here and he betrays us again, as I mentioned in the other videos. So Satan is still on the loose, and if he gets me killed out, because he is the Al-Qaeda man and came out backwards as Allah, a super criminal fooling the East, fooling the West. Yeah, East to kill the West. We are in great danger now if I get killed out and we don't make the world peace, because he'll keep pushing the new nuclear war with a nuclear strike on Israel. Jerusalem's the target. Everything's backwards. And from there, he tends to push the apocalypse now, because he's all had this all planned in his mind for 6,000 years. So we have a serious problem here to stop him now with world peace before he carries on for another 30 or 35 years. And man cannot take this kind of warfare on the world. One spirit, my God, people. The Christian government's got to get me up there. I called the Israeli embassy for asylum. They turned me down, and the government has ignored me for a year. And I need help now. I need security. So I'm also calling for funds right now. Here's my address for security for World Peace Now. Send all checks to World Peace Now, P.O. Box 534, Columbia Station, Ohio 44028. And if anyone knows anyone who could spare $10 or $1,000 or $10,000, please contact this person. Get in touch with me. Mail it to this place. I am so desperate for at least one security guard before I am assassinated out of here that I must impress on the people. If anyone has a good heart, get involved here. help support me, and we'll make it to world peace before this monster little evil spirit carries on another day with this crime wave in the world. It's only meant to kill humans. Oh my God, it's so unbelievable. But it's all true. Thank you very much, people. Please get involved. All right, bye.